Hey guys, here's another episode of NCP. Today, I guess, is our special episode. This is kind of cool, but our friend Mike. Hey, Mike.
Yep. Hey,
Hey.
what's going on, guys?
It's okay. It's okay. It's a couple hours earlier over there. I don't blame you.
Well, that and my audio just kind of just went blank for a half a second there, and I didn't know what was going on.
Okay. No worries, no worries. But we have a very special episode that Mike got to see a advanced screening of the new Power Rangers film. You lucky dog, you.
I actually got to see it before people at Saban, which is crazy.
That's very, very crazy. I'm just going to ask just a couple questions. We're going to keep this kind of a short episode. We'll go much more in depth once the majority of us see it here at Nerd Central.
And give the full review with spoilers, right?
With spoilers, but this is just a
Not
non,
not this one.
yep, not non spoilers, kind of like your first impression. So, Mike, are you a fan of the original Power Rangers back in the '90s?
Of course, as a mid 20-year-old person, that was like the staple mark of my childhood.
Yep,
Besides Star Wars.
yep. And I was into Power Rangers up until I will say maybe up until the end of middle school, because a lot of their stuff was still pretty cool up until that point. But as the trailers have said, the worldwide phenomena that took over the the world, Power Rangers, with this new movie, what'd you think about it? How'd you like it?
It was extremely entertaining. There's a lot of you could tell it was geared to people our age and through our generation
Oh yeah.
because it wasn't only like Power Ranger-esque. There was also some little adult jokes, but they hit it like this goes to our topic last week with movies being rated R and such. Like they don't have to be um, because this one was PG-13, and like the way they dropped some of the jokes without being like rated R style, it was perfect. Like the whole theater that I watched it with, we were laughing the whole time, like at like little puns and different things there. So that was great. Um, it looked extremely beautiful, like CGI, I thought, except for a couple nitpicks with the Zords, which we'll probably talk about a little bit later.
Hmm.
But overall, if you loved anything Power Rangers, you have to watch it.
Okay. So then my next question is, um, with it being a little more adult, because again the trailers kind of convey that a little bit. Would you recommend, or would you still say to your okay? So let's say you have a bunch of friends who've never watched Power Rangers. Would you still suggest that to go, a movie to for them to go see it? Like a sci-fi movie, is it still worthy of being watched by non-Power Ranger fans?
Yeah, I would say so. You really, the way they set it up with the character building and development, you don't need to know what Power Rangers was before this, so that completely works with it. As for, a younger audience, they push it a little bit, like because there are some very dark scenes in there where we're like, okay, it's pretty dark for like children, but it's fine for us and fine for PG-13. It wasn't anything close to not being PG-13, but it was like this could be a little dark for younger kids, and by younger kids I mean like way younger than 10. Like
Oh yeah.
if we were that age watching it,
Okay.
like when we watched Power Rangers, I was like what 4, 5, and 6. Like if I watched it then, it would be a little dark. But today's day and age, it's you watch any television, it's pretty dark now.
Well, that's true. And well, I mean, my dark when I was a kid is a little different than what maybe the average kid's dark. I grew up watching Predator, Predator 2, and Terminator 2 in my playpen. So I have a skewed reality of what is R and PG-13 and whatnot. So um, that's why I'm the person I am today. Anyway, so it seems like overall you like the film. Is there anything that you didn't like or wish that they might have changed? I know you said something about the Zords. Is there potentially something else that they could have maybe done a little different, or that you would have liked to have seen? You know.
Yeah, sure. I'll talk about the Zords first because it's probably the easiest thing that stuck out the most to me.
Okay.
As individual Zords, I thought they were pretty sweet looking. Like Kimberly's little pterodactyl, but it kind of just looks like an awesome fighter jet. Um,
So,
that
I don't
yeah.
mean to cut you off, but do the Zords, like the individual Zords, actually look like the dinosaurs that they're supposed to be in the cartoon or
Yeah,
the live action TV series?
yeah, you could kind of tell. The only one I wasn't really sure was like the mastodon. That one didn't really look like a mastodon, but you could definitely tell the Triceratops. The T Rex, obviously,
Okay.
and the pterodactyl. But like it did look like a fighter jet. The saber tooth, it wasn't. It was pretty close too, but
Okay.
the mastodon's the farthest off. But the biggest, I loved them as individual, but when they came together for the Megazord, um, it was I don't know, it kind of looked a little funky in my opinion. Like at that point, you could tell the CGI was like a little much, and I feel they could have done a little better with the design. Before they had everyone all in the command center, or like not the command center, like the head of the Megazord. This one, they're like in like individual parts, which is more realistic. I understand that.
It was
Um,
almost kind of like Voltron, where as individual lines when they formed, they were still in each person's lion, but they acted like a team. So red lion would punch, blue lion would walk and kick, something like that.
that's exactly it. It was totally like that. Um, so they probably got the idea from it. Who knows?
Maybe.
But that was my only nitpick on that. The other thing I didn't like was I not nothing against the actor. I love her as an actor, Elizabeth Banks. I
Mm.
just feel she didn't fit the Rita Repulsa. I don't know if it was the costume they gave her because like I'm at first I liked the costume and then as it went on kind of I wasn't a big fan. Um,
Hmm. Okay. Is it just because it's something completely different from what we've used to see as a kid?
it
Because
it it may be some underlying bias with it. It could be. I
okay.
I just had some issues with it. Like I'm fine with it. It's nothing like big to make me like love or hate the movie. It was just a personal little tidbit that kind of annoyed me a little bit. Um, I think it was funny seeing Bryan Cranston as Zordon.
Yeah. So so not again not giving away any spoilers, but how was the Zordon look? Because again this is my rose tinted nostalgia. Seeing the in the TV show, him as the tube talking like that was the coolest thing ever. Does it live up to Zordon being this epic dude Zordon? The leader of the Power Rangers.
Yeah, I would say so. It's kind of more like a more contemporary look to it. It's not like hologrammy. It's
So
okay. This would be possibly how it would really look,
exactly okay.
kind of a thing. I did like we did see him in like body form for a little bit, which was really cool.
Really,
Um,
they showed the body?
yeah, so yeah,
Okay,
it
okay.
that was kind of cool.
That might be spoilers. I don't want to go into it, but
Yeah,
that's actually really really
yeah,
cool.
that's all I'm getting into. Yeah,
Okay.
with that. So that was kind of cool. The other thing, we might as well talk Alpha 5.
Oh yeah yeah. How was Alpha? Good old Alpha 5.
Well, that was Bill Hader as the voice of him.
Okay.
I thought it was he was funny.
Okay.
Like, and that was good. I enjoyed the personality of him. Bill Hader did a good job. I didn't like its eyes.
Okay.
So when you watch it, like, I just feel the eyes are just totally out of place. And that's probably another underlying biased thing. But
Yeah, because the
that
original
was the other thing.
yeah the original had just a round head with like the LEDs all around it, so it didn't really have eyes or a mouth.
Right. And this one, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, you'll have to see it because I don't want to spoil anything more. But I feel Bill Hader did a good job and it made it kind of funny. So
Okay.
got a couple good chuckles out of it.
Cool cool.
So
All right. Well, any other things you want to mention? Pros, cons. Again, we'll get into more detail about this when we see it, probably next week, and then we'll do a video about it shortly thereafter. Um, Now, is there, again, without spoiling it, is there an after credit scene?
yes, stay till after. You will not be disappointed.
Okay.
It sent shivers down my spine.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see it then.
Oh
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Mike,
So
again, anything you want to add? Uh, Final thoughts about it, or
I just say just go out and see it. You have to. Like if you and anything meant to you at all about Power Rangers, go see it. You know.
cool, cool. So, and again, if you're not a big Power Rangers fan, this isn't necessarily connecting anything from what from what Mike was telling. You know, even if you're curious about it, this is a slightly more adult Power Rangers themed movie, and
Yeah,
it
it's an upgrade.
upgrade. There you go.
That's the point. Yeah,
Uh,
it's a reboot upgrade.
there you go. And now this has. I just want to make this clear too, because some people might be wondering. This has no connection to the like R-rated trailer or short film that came out about 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
which kind of sparked this whole Power Ranger adult theme thing, and may have had some influence about it with this new movie coming out, but they're not connected. It was a total fan film thing, even though that they had some actors, some well-known actors in there. Totally separate thing. Same idea, I think, but don't go ahead like, oh, did the Power Rangers like die or something? No, no, this is something completely different. So
Yep.
cool. Well, short but sweet. I think we'll end it here. Now again, Power Rangers will be out on
24th.
the 24th. So depending on when you listen to this, guys, that's the 24th of March 2017, and I think that's going to be it. So again, my name is Eric from Nerd Central NCP, and I was with Mike, who was very special to see an advanced screening. So you guys have a good rest of your
Hopefully
day.
more to come.
Yep, more to come. I don't. Again, this was a fluke with how we got all this for the Power Rangers. If we can get more stuff like this, that'd be cool. But
It might.
maybe,
It might.
maybe. So, all right,
I'm
guys.
making connections.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, if you work for I'm not going to say that what you work for, but if you
Yeah.
work for a sports team, good job.
Okay.
Okay, guys. That's going to be it for us. You guys have a good rest of your day, evening, night, whatever you're doing.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Peace out.
Bye. Peace.